your girl Suzann Christine from Philly. 2009, is that 8 years ago? 2009? No, it's about 7 years ago. 2009, and it happened really kind of weird. It wasn't on purpose, but I went to an open mic and, you know, basically sang one of my songs that I wrote just for fun, because it wasn't something serious I was doing. I was just writing and just something as an outlet. And someone heard me sing the song, loved it. They asked me to get in the studio. They're like, you know, we got a studio, we'll give you free studio time. And from there on, that's when, okay, I realized this is something that I really want to do. Oh man, Escape, Lauryn Hill, Phyllis Hyman, Tina Marie, Whitney Houston, Mary J. Blige. The list goes on and on and on.
Where all my queens at? I need y'all to make some noise. I need y'all to make some noise for my girl, Danielle P, for this amazing event. I want you to make some noise for yourself because you're a queen. And kings, if you're in the building, can y'all make some noise for the queens in the building because it's about the women? And ladies, make some noise for our men because we love them too. Hey, yo, queen, other than all my drinks go, feel free to listen to the hottest thing go. So queens are only in my circle, gotta be a queen to roll with me. Can we turn me up a little bit? Turn me up a little bit more. Hey, you a dope queen. She a dope queen. You gotta be a queen to roll with me. Hey, yo, king, I'm everything I like, and I don't find it surprising. Created just right. See, I was made for your liking. I do that to your eyes. I shine so bright, it's blinding. It's blinding like a diamond. I'm lighting up the room so beautifully. Yep, I attract the king so naturally. I can change the world, just plant the seed. Just treat me how I'm supposed to be. Cause I can't help to respect ya, and I expect to get it back. Special cause I am a queen. That's somebody, and I am that somebody. Special cause I am a queen. That's somebody. Can y'all clap your hands like this? Come on. Yo, queen, I'm the man of my dreams, so feel free to listen to the hottest thing go. So queens are only in my circle, gotta be a queen to roll with me. So queen, yeah, you a dope queen. She a dope queen, you gotta be a queen to roll with me. Hey, yo, queen, you ain't even gotta try to make a change to your body. Create it just fine, embrace the way you're designed. From your hair to your thighs, natural beauty is fine, and it's all mine. Confidence way up, and getting through this life just makes me tough. And even when I thought I had enough, the power of resilience takes over. I get what I want, knowing I am love. I am a creation, connection, attraction, reflection of the sun. Special cause I am a queen. That's somebody, and I am that somebody. Special cause I am a queen. That's somebody. Come on, y'all. Clap your hands, come on, queen. Come on, come on, come on. Some queens are only in my circle. You gotta be a queen to roll with me. Come on. Queens only. Don't forget to put on your crown even when you're feeling low, lady. You gotta be a queen to roll with me. Thank you. I guess I should do that, huh? Can I get a who that? Who that? You already knew that.
I've been listening to Suzann Christine for a very long time. And it doesn't matter how many times that I hear her perform, it's amazing. And I don't care what anyone says, I may be a little biased because I'm from Philly, but I feel like Philly has some of the best talent. And it goes back to what my soror, Reverend Dr. Rena Marshall Blake was saying, is that Philly has so much talent, and sometimes, you know, we are overlooked by all the bad that's going on, and I can even acknowledge that. To kind of get into who I am, my name is Cheyenne Corin. I am a reporter at Fox 29 News, and thank you, and also WTOP News, which is in our nation's capital, Washington, D.C. It's the KYW of D.C., just to give you guys some perspective. But this is what I love about women in media, is that we all have our own thing, and this is why we don't have to compete. You know, if I got up here and I start singing, you guys will walk out of here, and then, okay, and she has her own thing. But you know, listen, my soror, I'm a proud member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, by the way. I'm a soror, where's my ski weeds at? I know that's right. So I'm a proud member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, and this is Holy Week, as my soror said, and this is also, you know, a very holy week for a lot of people, you know, that have different faiths. But real quick, Danielle, don't kill me, because I'm a journalist, so I know how to, you know, keep the time tight, but I don't have an IMD in my ear right now. The producer's counting me down, but when the Lord speaks to you, you just have to listen. And right now, I am literally living in an answered prayer. I am a proud board member of the Influencing Action Movement, which is the fiscal sponsor of Women in Media. Okay, give it up. Yes, and this is the board chair. So both of us, we are just products of women in media. And you know what the Influencing Action Movement has done? I remember one day I felt like I wasn't even valuable enough to be in this room, like 6 years ago. And I'm here on this stage. So I say that to motivate so many people. You know, as women in media, specifically, let's say it, Black women in media, that imposter syndrome can really beat you up sometimes and feel like you are not valuable enough to be in spaces, but it's spaces and places like this that really keep you going at those hard times and really remind you why am I getting emotional? and it really reminds you of your why. So I'm very happy to be here, especially for women in media. Let's take our seat. My undergraduate degree is also in women and gender studies and communication studies. My master from Temple is in journalism. But yes, and my undergrad is in Westchester, gotta show them love. But I remember when people said, why women in gender studies and communication studies? And my answer is with this moment right here. You see this intersection of women and media right here. So let's get into our guest, because I'm very excited. This bio, I gotta read it word for word. I don't have a teleprompter today again. So let's get into it. Suzann Christine, an award-winning recording artist from Philadelphia, is renowned for her R&B, soul, pop sound, and has graced stages with legends. First of all, I feel like you are a legend yourself. But she has graced stages with other legends such as Babyface, Music Soul Child, and T.I. She broke into the music industry as an independent artist, which is difficult, with her song Falling Tears reaching #3 on the Italy R&B charts and airing on various radio stations, including Sirius XM, Heart and Soul. Beyond her music, Suzann founded SCH Creative and Performing Arts, a nonprofit for youth in the arts, and serves as board chair for the Influencing Action Movement. Recognized for her community service, she has received citations from the city of Philadelphia and the state of Pennsylvania. Additionally, Suzann is an active member of the Philadelphia Recording Academy chapter, where she currently serves as a governor at large and is an HBCU graduate of North Carolina A&T. Give it up again for Suzann. So I'm very excited for this episode of the WIM Speaks Show, and to obviously represent Women in Media Global. So let's just start it off. You have achieved remarkable success, as you all just heard, as an independent artist, breaking into both national and international music scenes. Can you share some insights into navigating the music industry as a woman of color, and any advice you have for aspiring artists facing similar challenges?
Sure. So first off, I gotta say, starting off in the music industry, I came from out of college and I came back home. I didn't know anybody in the music industry. I just was this girl. I wanted to sing. I know I could songwrite, and I said, this is something that I want to do. And I got God in me and on me and around me, so I'm just going to figure this thing out. So I think the first thing that I would tell anybody is to just do it. Just do it scared. Sometimes you're gonna do it wrong, because I can tell you the truth that I've done a lot of things wrong. I made 1,000,001 mistakes, and I'm still learning to this day. But you gotta get started, and you have to believe in yourself, because, to be honest, I came from, a family who kind of discouraged me following my true passion. And it was always a lot of pushback when I talked about doing music. Always a lot of pushback. And I had to find the courage within myself to say that I've made them proud already. I've done everything that they would have wanted me to do. Now it's time for me to do something for myself. And, it took for me to finally say, you know what, I'm going to have that faith in myself to do what it is that I truly want to do in my heart and spirit. And the dreams were to start my nonprofit organization and give back to youth who are interested in the arts, because I know the arts has saved my life time and time again. And to pursue music, to get my music heard, to walk into a room and I say who that, and people will know I'm who that now. So, so that's what I would say.
You know what? I actually did not know that about you, in terms of, overcoming the obstacles of, especially family. And, working here in Philadelphia, there's a lot of resources, and something that I am definitely advocate for is pouring into the arts, because that can be such an escape for a lot of children here in the city.
Let me go. Just let me grow. Don't smother my potential. Let me be what I was.
Introducing the WIM Speaks Show, produced by Women in Media Global. Join us every Sunday at 10 a.m. on Video Mix TV for entertaining and empowering stories, insightful interviews, and inspiring content hosted by Danielle P. Tune in and elevate your journey with us.
Chasing and I keep on embracing.
My next question for you, I did want to know you're a member of the Philadelphia Recording Academy chapter and a voting member for 5 years, actively involved in shaping the music industry landscape. The question was, what role do you believe organizations play in advocating for diversity and inclusion within the music industry? But on top of that, I also want you to ask, just based on what you were saying, and I think that that's something a lot of people can relate to, whether it's family, people in your circle discouraging you. How did you not let that noise get to you and still pursue what you really wanted to go after? How did you navigate that?
It is just a spiritual thing. You just have to really have, I came from a Christian household. So, for me, I had to tap into God, because, when I say I came across a ton of no's, I've come across a ton of no's. I've come across people trying to tell me I need to look a certain way, I needed to dress a certain way, I need to talk, and my music needed to talk about a certain thing, so it was, for me, tapping into my spirituality and my faith that has kept me going, that has kept me motivated, just knowing that I was capable to do all things, May not happen in the time that you want it to happen, but it will happen as long as you continue to keep going and keep striving and keep, overcoming every obstacle. Being a part of the Recording Academy, that's a big thing, talking about different people winning Grammys, different people not winning Grammys. There's rules around these things. But being the co-chair of membership in the Recording Academy, we sit at the board and we talk about how we look at our numbers. We see, okay, we have this many people here, here, and here. How can we reach these other people so that they can have a voice, so that they can vote for who they think should win Grammys, who should be recognized, because that's what it's all about. And you'd be surprised how many people I've tried to, I guess, quote unquote, recruit into, like, hey, you need to be a part of the Academy. We need your voice. We need your service. And unfortunately, they don't get it. They don't understand that, your voice needs to be heard. Just like in any environment, even in politics, you got people who aren't registered to vote, and they wonder why things are happening or not happening is because they're not voting. So those things need to happen when you join an organization, you need to get inside the organization so that you can bring change to the organization, you know? And this goes in every aspect. I'm talking about not just your race. This is ageism, because in music there's ageism. You know how many people will look at a person who's older because they're not in mainstream, but they're doing their passion, they will frown upon that person. And what does that do to that person? There's so many ways that we talk about diversity, equity, and inclusion, just making it a culture that's more inclusive, you know, for you to do music, because music is the universal language.
And I love what you were saying, because it really, like you said, it really crosses into various industries. And, you know, Philadelphia has such a lively music scene, and we often, you know, hear the negative, you know, of what the music is doing to our community. But there's so much music within Philadelphia that is uplifting our community, but that also goes with all of us supporting people like yourself and, you know, having that voting power, because if this is what you want to see, invest in it. Period. Now, beyond your music career, so your beautiful baby, you know, you have transitioned. You have transitioned into the motherhood. So my question to you is, how do you balance your passion for music with your commitment to giving back to the community? What impact do you hope to make throughout your nonprofit work?
So first, you know, being a mother, that's a whole nother part. That's diversity, equity,
I'm not there
inclusion.
yet. Tell me about it.
Being an artist, being an independent artist, saying, all right, I done did a lot of things that I wanted to do in my music career. I've been on the radio, I've been on a TV screen, I've done all these things. Now it's time for me to bring in this new balance into my life. I'm just grateful for the opportunity to be a mother, because I know that's hard to do. But it's making choices, it's making wise decisions, and it's talking to yourself in the mirror. I have a organization called Music Artists Universe. Every Monday morning for over a year, I get on Zoom calls and lead mirror talk with music artists, so that we can continue to train our minds, because we are battling spiritual warfare every day. And we need, and a lot of it has to do with ourselves, you know? So that means, let's get in the mirror, let's talk to ourselves about making the right decisions. I am making the right decisions today and every day. These are the things that I do that help me balance what I need to balance. And as it goes to my nonprofit organization, SCH Creative and Performing Arts, I just want to continue to make an impact on youth, to maximize their artistry, to lead them and educate them and give them the knowledge that I did not have, so that they don't make the same mistakes, or they can get a jump start in their careers, you know, because it's unfortunate for them to try to do something that's very entrepreneurial, because a lot of people don't realize that being a music artist is entrepreneurial. And especially at that young age, you're not looking at yourself like, oh, I'm an entrepreneur, I need to sell myself. That's the impact I want to have, that they can believe in themselves, that they are capable of doing it. You can choose which way you want to do it. You can go mainstream, or you can be independent. You can do it on your own. And that's the impact that I want to make in the community.
Yeah. Woo! I need some claps for that one. I need some claps. Yeah. Suzann, how have I known you all these years, and like you still are blowing me away like this? Still blowing me away. Like,
Well, you blow me away too.
oh,
So,
God,
that's
stop.
how you
Oh
grow.
my God. Listen, I used to be a mentee, and Felicia Harris, she's here.
That's my best friend.
I used to be a mentee in the program. This program literally has raised me, so it's just so full circle. Now, my last question for you, you kind of answered this, but you know, how do you see the establishment of HBCU Women in Media Collegiate programs contributing to greater diversity and representation within the media landscape? And what role do you envision playing in supporting music? I mean, just you spreading your love and your wisdom, that's enough. But you know, what role do you hope to play?
I mean, the role that I continue to play. And that's just, you know, trying my best to introduce young women who I know want to be in media to people who are in media. Getting them in the right rooms, coming underneath my wing, meeting people, and that could potentially mentor them and get them at radio stations or wherever it is that they desire to be. And you know, Jeter, I have good friends in media like yourself. I have Shelly here, I have Purple Queen here. I mean, and I'm sorry I just named people, and there's other people in the room and I'm forgetting. Please start it to my mind, not my heart. But, you know, it's just all about making sure that you continue to promote one another, continue to support one another the best way possible, love on one another in media, especially if their communication to the universe is positive. So I think that's what really hits home for me, is that there's people, women, HBCUs, you know, our children are growing up listening to people who are providing them positive communication.
And I just want to touch, you know, going off of that, as I said, I'm now a reporter at Fox 29 News. 6 years ago, I was an intern at Fox 29 News, working under Alex Ollie and Mike Jarrett. Now they are my colleagues that are I say that because tonight is all about investing into the next generation. And programs like this is how, you know, we get more women that look like us into these newsrooms. So I'm gonna plug the HBCU fundraiser before we wrap up. First of all, Suzann, kudos to you. Kudos to you for all that you're doing.
Thank you.
And we are honoring her tonight. We're about to get to that. So before we wrap up, I want to spotlight a cause close to our hearts at Women in Media. We are fundraising for HBCU women and the media collegiate programs at Lincoln University and Delaware State University. I did not go to either, but as I said, I am an AKA, so I spent lots of time in those yards having a good old time, okay? So we gotta support.
Me too. I'm out of school in a sorority.
Okay.
A&T, ain't you right?
A grand old time on those yards. So these programs empower aspiring young women in media to pursue their dreams and excel in their careers. I invite everyone to consider donating to support this initiative by using the QR code on the flyers. Your contribution, big or small, helps pave the way for the future of media leaders together. Because all of us know that our HBCUs, they need as much support as possible to make sure that our children and our grandchildren, they have the option to go to HBCUs and have a full experience.
You ready? Hey, I'm ready.